What's up everyone? We are here for the first commentary video of the channel. So, I was thinking, I was brainstorming, what should we talk about today? There's a lot of things we could talk about. We had a few world leaders, they're no longer here. We have a lot of things in the news, economy, all those things. So a lot of things. The thing I wanted to talk about was kind of looking back in my life of when I got my first credit card. And oh my god, is this guy already here? And he is going to break my bed. This is quite inconvenient. So as I was saying before, that guy, he took me out in the first 30 seconds. Before all that happened, we were talking about the credit. So I wanted to talk about how I got my first credit card. Because I feel like, when you get a credit card, it should really just be, you're submitting an application. It shouldn't be some crazy difficult thing. This guy's going for me. But that was not the case for me, That was absolutely not the case. I think the whole thing was I didn't have a credit score. And the problem is when I was doing all my research is that to get a credit score, you basically need a credit score. And the problem is to get a credit score, you need a credit card. So it's kind of like some circular logic there, So that was kind of the predicament we were kind of in for this situation. So then basically what I was kind of thinking was, is there any other ways? How do people get their first cards? And the thing that I saw was having banking relationships is how a lot of people do it. If you have maybe a checking account, you have something with a bank, they will actually give you priority and they might just approve you for a credit card without a score because they know you're reliable. You have a history of them and all that. And I had a savings account. I didn't really have any money in it, no income, so I don't know how much that really does for me. But I had it. So I had a bank with Wells Fargo's. So my game plan was, let's shoot for the Wells Fargo's card. Let's get some kind of entry Wells Fargo's card. Let's build some credit. Let's put some debt to my name and let's get rolling. So that was kind of the whole game plan situation. So, I'm 18, I just started college, I'm a freshman, I'm in Philadelphia, and I look up for where the Wells Fargo's branch is. So I'm looking around, I see the Wells Fargo's branch is right close by, and this guy is going to kill me. Oh my god, he is so much more stuff than me. Oh my god, oh my god, what? I have absolutely no idea what just happened there. I think my computer crashed. We're in a new game though. We're in a new game. And as I was saying, I'm in the Philadelphia branch now. So I'm in that Wells Fargo's branch. I go up to the person, where you normally get some money. I never use ATMs. I feel like someone's gonna mug you if you just use one of those ATMs. So, you just go to I'm at the person in the front, I'm out there. I'm telling her, I'd like to talk to some of the people there to see if we could get a credit card. Because one of the other tidbits is that you should, oh my god. This can't keep happening. This cannot. You want to know what's crazy? I literally did 2 games before this recording session. I was trying to warm up. I knew it was a little rusty. I'm a little older now. Maybe my hands aren't as good as they used to be, but I was doing so well. And now it seems like there's been some minor calculations the past 2 games. But regardless, as we were kind of saying, and I better go for this guy because this guy does not have a rush, so he's going to go for me. That's how it's going to be. So I'm over there, I'm seeing if, I'll say the tidbit, you should always go in person because a lot of times, especially if you're new to credit, you don't have a score, you don't have a huge profile. The problem is with all this stuff, if you do not have a big profile, is that you have no record. So a lot of times the systems, they might just automatically block you because they think you're doing fraud or something. I don't know. It's always better to do in person because then they can verify you're a real person, you're doing your stuff, and you are good. So that's kind of he took all my stuff. Oh my god, this is really bad. So as I was saying, so you want to go in person. So I'm in person, a guy goes to me, and the guy that goes to me, he actually is the owner of the branch, or the president of it, the manager of it, whatever you would like to call that. He was the head person there. So he kind of talks to me, he introduces himself, tells me his name. You know, me and him are talking. I introduce myself. I tell him, you know, I don't have a credit score, but I have a bank account. You know, I have my savings account there, and I'm hoping, you know, we can make something work. You know, maybe I can get an entry card. We can use that relationship, and we should be good. And then, you know, he says, yeah, no, that sounds great. I think you should be able to get a card, no problem, and we should be set. And then he starts, you know, he kind of starts talking to me about his life, you know, because, you know, I'm getting my first credit card. I think he's trying to give me, I don't even have an excuse for that. He's trying to give me some of his wisdom, make sure I don't make the mistakes that he made. So I'm, you know, I have my ears all open. And he was essentially telling me that he had gotten into $10,000 of credit card debt when he got his first card by buying random girls drinks, you know. And I'm just, you know, I'm thinking there, you know, I'm just nodding, you know. I was kind of expecting a little bit of wisdom, but that's what we got. And, you know, I'm just doing the math also, you know, what I'm doing there. I'm just thinking, you know, if we say a drink's like $10, you know, and he spent $10,000, this guy, he went 0 for 1,000, you know, and now I'm starting to think, this guy, you know, my credit card fate is going to be in this man's hands, you know. So this is not, you know, this isn't the most inconvenient situation at the start. Oh my God, this guy is, oh my God, 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 oh my God. So this isn't the most convenient situation, you know. I don't have the highest expectations anymore. But that's just, I don't know, that's just life, you know. So we carry on, you know, and then he starts to ask me some of the questions about my application. So the first question he asked me, very simple, how much income do you have? How much money are you making? Because, you know, they want to make sure, you know, that now that I'm taking all this debt, that I don't have the same situation that I guess this person ended up in. You know, you have a lot of debt, you can't pay it off, and life is not good. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is not convenient at all. As I was saying, you know, they want to make sure, you know, you have good income. They want you to be making money. And the problem is, you know, I'm 18, you know, I'm a college student, so I'm really only working in the summer, you know. So I tell him, you know, I made a little bit of money in the summer, not a whole lot. And then he kind of goes ahead and he essentially takes the amount of money that I said I made over the summer, and he multiplies it by like 15, and he says, so you make about that amount of money. And now I'm just thinking, you know, if he said, you know, let's multiply it by like 6, you know, there's 3 months in the summer. I'm sorry, multiply it by 4. There's 3 months in the summer, you know. Let's multiply it by 4. That's how much money I guess you would make in the full year. If that would have been reasonable. He did not really do that. I don't know where the math came from. This might have been some of the math from that 0 for 1,000 type of situation we had. But regardless, this guy's a TNT. I can smell it. Oh my God, he has gear too. He is. That was so close. So I don't know how it came from, but I'm kind of like, you know, I didn't really make that much money. You know, if you want to write it down, you know, I'm not. He can do what he wants. You know, I'm not legally responsible for that, or I might be. Hopefully, I'm not. But regardless of the situation, he kind of just I don't know what he does. He writes something down. I have no idea what it was. And then that was that. This guy looks like he wants to. Oh my God. So that was that. He writes something down. Don't fully know what it was. And then he submits my application. You know, he asked a few more questions. I think he asked like just your rent, all those things. You know, how to get him all the details. And you know, he submitted the application. And I actually got my response in like 5 seconds. It was not like, didn't even have to think. It was just like, he just put it in. It immediately gave the result. And you want to know what happened? It had rejected me. It had rejected me. So I got rejected for the credit card. And then he kind of looks there. He's surprised. You know, he's like, I had no idea that this would happen. And, you know, he then asked me, what was my credit score again? And now I'm a little confused. You know, I'm a little confused because the whole point, you know, we said was, you know, I don't have a credit score. And then the guy says, so I tell him that, you know, I remind him again, I don't have no credit card score. And then he tells me, well, you need a credit card score to get one of these cards. So then I'm just like, oh my God, I have no idea how this predicament is happening that we are in. So then, you know, I'm a little confused. You know, I'm confused why I'm even here. You know, why we're having this conversation. You know, but I guess that's life. You know, this is kind of one of those life lessons for you guys. If you're in Philadelphia, you see a Wells Fargo's branch, you're gonna turn the other way. You're not going in there. You know, it is not good news. It is I have no idea, but here's the one caveat. Here's the one caveat for you guys. If you're looking for a free drink though, and you're in Philadelphia, I think we have your person. But if you're trying to get a credit card, you know, you're trying to build up your wealth and all that shebang, this guy is not going to be the person for you. He's not the fellow for you. So this is just one of those things, you know. And now I'm thinking, you know, we got to go back to the drawing board. Clearly, this stuff is not working. Clearly, this guy apparently has a balloon. And let's just do that. Oh, and he no longer has his balloon. So as I was saying, we had to go back to the drawing board. You know, clearly, you know, I'm on getting my credit card now. I have a check on it, so maybe a negative credit now, negative credit score. Life's not looking too good, but we go back and I do some online research, and then I see that actually one of the best companies to get your first credit card with is Discover Card. And the reason for that is their whole premise is that they're kind of an entry credit card company. They're known to have, you know, be not the best, you know. I mean, a lot of people say their cards aren't accepted anywhere. That's one of their big problems compared to all these Visa and MasterCards. But it honestly, they kind of work everywhere. I mean, and they have a lot of perks. You get a lot of cash back. They're free, they're solid, and you know, you can get them with like no credit score. They're for the young people or people starting off, you know, with your credit. So I go over there, I go on the website, and basically within like 5 seconds, I mean, after I apply for it, I got the credit card. You know, they approved for me, and I see that this guy is going for me. This is not convenient at all. I am just going to let him break my bed. I'm not even dealing with this. I am dipping. We are out of here. I don't have any blocks. It's a little inconvenient, you know. This is kind of a suicide mission, but maybe that's a testament of life. And does this guy have a bed still? He does. You know what I'm doing? I'm just like, did my pro disappear? Okay, let's go. How we got? Oh my fucking God! What? Oh my, this is kind of insane. I'm not even bad at this game. I'm solid. I can speed bridge. I got all my stuff. You know, I think it's just because I'm on a Saturday. Everyone's home. All the kids. You know, they're grinding. I guess they're grinding. But regardless, as I was saying, you know, I got the card. You know, I got the credit card. It was actually very, very easy. We had no Wells Fargo's problems with our fellow out here in Philadelphia, and I got the card. So now I'm thinking, you know, I should be set. It said it would mail within like a week or two. So I wait, you know, 3 weeks pass. You know, 3 weeks are gone, and I see that the credit card is not in the mail again. I haven't received it yet. So I wait another week. It's been 4 weeks now. I still do not have any of those cards. Oh, that's so great. I still do not have the card. I do not have the card at all. So I call them. I call Discover Card. I'm like, you know, applied for the card. I got accepted. Haven't received it yet. And then they resend me the card. So they resend it. Now it's been another like 3 weeks. Still haven't gotten the card. So now it's like is it like a month and a half now? It's been a while, you know. So I don't have the card yet. I'm still waiting for it. I call them again, and now they're shipping it for a third time. And this time I'm having it sent because I'm on vacation now. I'm having it sent to family address, you know, because and it's also, I'm hoping I kind of get it because I'm gonna be leaving that place soon. So they send it, and this time, you know, they do priority, they do everything, and I get the card. So it actually took around 2 months to get the card. Somehow, I have no idea how it was the case, but we eventually got it. And you know, maybe it was just a Philadelphia problem with my university address. I have no idea. Maybe they've been losing some stuff. I don't know. But we got the card now, and that was basically it. You know, I mean, kind of we said at the start of the video, the goal was to get the card, you know, start putting some debt under my name at a young age, building my credit, increasing the amount of debt I can take, building some more credit, and carrying on from there. So that was kind of the stuff. We got the card, and then, you know, over the next few years, you know, I started to get a few more cards. You know, I get a card from Chase. I get one of the free cards from Amex because I needed to charge back on some eBay sellers. And Amex is the company. If you guys need advice, Amex is a company that is known for always screwing over businesses. So if you need a chargeback, Amex is like kind of that company. So that's why I had to get that. And that is basically it. You know, I got stuff. Life is good. And I think that is kind of it. I mean, that was kind of big things I wanted to talk about today. I guess now, I mean, we're just going to finish the game. I guess this is kind of the first video. So let's see if we can actually now win this first game. I'm going to take a pearl. I'm going to take some potions. Let's get a nice set of that. And we're just speedrunning this game. You know, we're trying to get this done ASAP. We haven't won a single time. I think we went like 0 for 7 in one Bedwars video. Somehow, I don't know. I don't fully know how that's possible. Yet somehow it seems possible. I need to go for this guy. Let's take out this guy's bed. And I see he's using ladders. We have a professional over here. I think we're just gonna be going bed for bed. Just like so. Let me get that. Let's put that over there. Let's get a few more gapples. Pretty well positioned. I'm the only person with a bed so far for now. Probably not anymore. This guy's probably going to be going for me. Is this fellow going for me? See, this is what you got to do. We're going to take these little potions. He is not going anywhere. You ain't going nowhere, sir. He's gone. Let's just, well, why not? Let's just have fun. Let's just get him. He's gone. And now I got one more person. I have no idea where he's hiding. Oh, he's over there. And I still have a little bit of my invisibility. And no one even touched me, so he doesn't even see me. And there he is. He is gone. That is me. We won the game, okay? Maybe, you know, maybe when we're not telling the story, and for some reason, he's saying that about himself. You know, I didn't need to know that about you. I don't know why he's saying that about himself. Regardless, I think, you know, when you're telling the stories, you know, it's hard to win. But regardless, that was the first video of the channel, first commentary video. We're gonna be back with more, and that is it. You know, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.